Hello friends, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel today. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. This is actually a voice recording of this video. I'm putting this out so that it stays focused. This cute little Polly Pocket thing, Funko Pop. First time I recorded this, it was really loud between the puppy barking, the kids talking, and yeah, I mean, I was getting a little overwhelmed with them talking and stuff in the background. So I was like, okay, we need to do a voiceover. So now I'm in a quiet room. Hopefully it lasts as long as this video, and hopefully I can get through this voice recording. This is my, I guess this was my supply haul, but I do have some books in here anyway, because I've gotten books since the last time I did a haul. I know I have an addiction and it is what it is, but what can I say? No one's perfect, and sometimes retail therapy is the best form of therapy for stress. Yeah, so I hope everyone is doing well out there and staying safe, and I just want to reach out to everybody and let you know that I'm thinking about you if you are not doing well. And yeah, we'll just kind of get started. I'm looking at my time-lapse thing here, and I am still talking, and I'm not sure what I'm talking about, but I know I'm going to be pulling my books here shortly. And the first books that I'm going to show you are a little bit different than your normal coloring books. And I will be grabbing them here in just a second. So these are the Anti-Stress Reverse Coloring books. The first one is by Maromi Art, and the second one's by Emily Chawa. And both of them are the same concept. I thought that these would be fun to try because you add in the lines and it already has the color in it. And I think it would be a great way to stimulate the creative process in my mind. Some of them are only obvious what you're looking at, and others it's like, okay. So your creative liberty is in your mind. Obviously, this picture right here looks like flowers to me. And I have a pen here, and I'm going to kind of show you would just like outline the colors, and then you would create a page just using outlining techniques. And you could use black or whatever. This one right here actually looks like mermaids. The pink look like mermaids, and then the blues kind of look like dolphins to me, but maybe you guys see something different. That obviously looks like flowers. This one looks like something in the ocean, but at the same time, I think it would be cool to make these look like dancing people of different shades. It's just, yeah, I really want to try it. And if I really enjoy it, then I can create my own thing with my watercolors and my watercolor sketchbooks. And this one is the Emily Chawa one, which is a little bit different than the other one. Some are easier to depict than others. Obviously flowers. There's a girl's face in there if you can't see that. And that looks kind of like a mountain ridge on the bottom. So you can totally create your own mythological type of thing. And that one looks like an eye. That one looks like two foxes to me, if you guys can see that. That one looks fairly easy because it's gemstones. So some of them are easier, like I said, to recognize what you're looking at. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and I would like to try to do one of these on the channel. Maybe one that's a little less obvious, so that I can show you what I can do in one of those books, if I can figure it out. Next one I have is Bite-Sized Worlds by Emily Chawa. And this is one of her new books. And this one was more expensive than her normal books. And I think it's because it comes with extra pages. and it's very kawaii, and you have food, plus you have the little idea of the little worlds. So yeah, been really into that kind of thing lately, doing the little world concept. The cute stuff. Sorry guys, a yawn. Yawn is better than a million noises though. This one reminds me of Peeps. You know those marshmallow treats that you can get around Easter time? You could make those little chicks into a whole bunch of Peeps. I think that would be funny. And that fox is like riding a weird boat. Lots of food in here. I'm scared of coloring food, but at the same time I love kawaii, so I think that would be a great way of me practicing my food. These two books, I was inspired to get because I watched a video that Grumble Bunny put on her channel. I think she showed this book, that the video I watched. She may have shown both, but the video I watched, she showed this book. I think she colored in it. It's adult coloring book 2 by Annie Valokovist, I think is how you say it. And then I got the volume 1 as well. And this is kind of an abnormal sizing. I did the measurements, but I can't read them on this angle, so I do apologize. But it's not an average size coloring book. It does have people in it, and it's just like a whole bunch of different things going on. But I thought that the images in this were really cool, and I looked it up after she showed it on the video, and this one, the second one, was on sale for $4.99, so I picked it up. Then of course, me having full set syndrome, needed to have the first one as well, which I paid full price for. It does have a lot of horizontal images in the back, but it does have the other ones as well in the front, and some of them are easier than others. Some have more backgrounds to them, some are more like just a simple drawing. Just depends what you're in the mood for. And I like how a lot of them have people in them, because I like to color people. So I want to thank Grumble Bunny for sharing those on her channel, or sharing this book on her channel, and inspiring me to look at a new and different artist for me. I've never heard of that artist before. It's always fun to find new books. And I am probably talking to the dog. That's probably why there's a brief pause. And of course, I don't want to do massive cutting and editing. So yeah, this is what we're doing. The next book that I'm going to share with you, I got at my Walmart on the magazine rack. It is the Manga Fantasy Special by Coloring Heaven. I do not subscribe to them anymore. I just kind of wait until they come to my Walmart, or I order them on their Etsy. This one was at Walmart. I'm way into manga and anime, and so it's right up my alley. I do enjoy these big-eyed characters and fantasy aspects. Yeah, it's funny. I like to color this kind of stuff, but I'm not like way into watching anime, but I like anime. I don't know. I guess I'm just weird. And then behind that, I found this one, which was Let's Color Manga. And I do have one other Let's Color book, and it is the Fairies and Unicorns one. And these Let's Color books are slightly larger. I flipped through this while I was at Walmart, and kind of gave me a Christopher Hart vibe, and I do like his work. And I thought, oh, this would be fun to color. This would be fun to color. So I just decided to pick it up, because I'm a sucker for anything that pulls at me. Like if I look at a picture and I can actually imagine the colors and it just pulls at me, I know that that is a book that I would like to have. So that is this one. Let's Color Manga. I think I'm testing the paper, and the paper is thinner. It's on the thinner side, and it's smoother than the Coloring Heaven paper. To give you guys a up warning or detailed information. The next one I have is Coloring Book Cafe Cute Easter. This is volume 2, so obviously there's a volume 1 out there. I do have another Easter book by them, but I don't know if it's called Cute Easter. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I thought this was really cute, as it says in the title. And it has a slight grayscale to it. So I think it would be really great for some quick, easy marker coloring. Sometimes you're in the mood for that kind of stuff. And yeah, I got it on intro price. I think it's no longer on intro price, but it used to be $3.99. If you sign up for their newsletter, they'll send you emails of when their books are published on Amazon. This next one is Tiny Worlds. I had seen it everywhere. It feels like everybody was putting it on their channels. And when I got it, I was a little bit surprised. It's not as big as I thought it was. Like, when I saw it on other channels, I thought it was as big as like an Eerie book or an Airy book or Johanna Basford book, but it's not. It's smaller than that. I will compare it to a regular size coloring book here in just a second, just so you guys can see kind of the sizing, the Coloring Book Cafe one. So it's, see the sizing, it's smaller. Since I've been really into tiny worlds and little houses and all those little tiny things that I just love to color, this is right up my alley. So I decided to pick it up. Did I need it? Not necessarily. I have plenty of coloring books, but it was calling out to me, and yeah. It does have a thicker paper in it, almost like a mythographic. I do wish it was more of the size of a mythographic, but I will give it a go and see how I feel about it. As I'm flipping through the pages here, I'm like finding little things, like hidden little things, and it's totally capturing me. This one right here, I see all the gnomes, and I'm reminded that I have the Enchanting Year of Color this month. The theme is gnome, and so I get a little page flag and put it on there, a magnetic page flag, and put it on there so that if I am feeling adventurous, I will color it. Lately, I've been focusing on my Lulu Mayo books for my Lulu Mayo hashtag, but it would be fun to tackle one in this book. So I will flag that gnome one. The carrot one would be fun for Easter or April. But as you can see, there's lots of little tiny things. And my favorite thing to use lately is like my Bic Ultrafines and my Statler fine liners and stuff. And I don't know why. Maybe I'm just going through a mode where I want to color tiny things. Who knows? So if I have this in my collection for a long time, and I don't color in it, most likely it will be destashed. But right now I'm into this kind of stuff, so might as well strike while the iron's high. Next I have Easter Doodles by Colored Caramel. Now I thought I did a flip through of this on the channel, but on my channel video history, I don't see it. I thought I did a review of these two books. So I will check again, and if it's not there, I will do a review and a flip through of both of these books, because I was generously gifted these from the Colored Caramel Company. The Easter Doodles is full of little doodleicious things, like they do, and lots of Easter eggs, and very Easter inspired. So if you like kind of Zen doodle and more of a doodly approach, you might like this type. Still kawaii. Look at all those axolotls. Very cute. And the next one is the chibi one, which is Easter Chibi Girls. And this one's cute, cute, cute. I love chibi, as you guys know. You know I love chibi. So I'm going to color in this one. When I was flipping through it, I was like, oh, I'm in the mood to color one of these. Because they're simple enough, I could just pull some markers out and color it fairly quickly within like an hour, hour and a half, and get instant gratification. That's what's nice about that. I did pick up this book, which is called the Cottagecore Coloring Book. I did look at the back. I didn't know what was inside it, so I just took a chance. And it's by Helen Chestnut. And after flipping through this, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to return it, or maybe I will just save it for a giveaway because maybe some people are just into this kind of thing. I haven't decided. It has a matte cover, and yeah, sometimes you just have to take a risk. I'm going to start flipping through it a little bit. See, it's kind of simple, but it almost reminds me of a technique book where you could practice coloring the bricks and wood and grass, and because they've simplified the illustrations enough that if you want to color, you can make it, you could shade it and do whatever you want to really bring it to life. So I'm on the fence about whether it's going to stay or whether it's going to go. So if you see this in a future giveaway, that is probably why it's there. This is Beautiful Fantasy Women Faces Grayscale Coloring Book. I saw the cover of this, thought it was absolutely beautiful. It's by Sido. Sido is the publishing house. They have been doing these kind of coloring books for a long time. The grayscale technique. Now, I'm not sure if this is AI or not, or if it's just a combination of digital art and AI and all those things together. All I know is they are beautiful. They look like I could color them with my markers, which is always a plus. And something about it kind of reminds me of Demita Victoria a little bit, like that one, for example. And I really would like to just get in here because some of the hair I would like to color with my pencils, and some of them I just want to do with markers. Some have hard lines around the body and soft lines in the inside, which is a really cool way to define different things. So, yeah. I like her a lot. I think she'd be great to color with markers. And I don't envision her having like a normal colored hair. I'd probably do something like blue or pink or something. Next one I have here is Spring Mandalas coloring book by Alexandra Franzese. Now, I don't have all of her mandala books because not all of them appeal to me. But I know I have the fall one. She may have come out with the winter one, but I think I only own the fall one. This one I thought was really cute. The cover pretty much sold me. I do like untraditional mandalas that have actual objects in them. Hers actually have a slight grayscale to them, so it makes it easier to eliminate additional shading if you want. There is a lot of flowers in this one because of springtime, so it's something to keep in mind if you're not into coloring flowers. The next books I chose, I was inspired to get these because of Kathy from Spicy Cat Colors. I'm pretty sure she showed the color, the sky, this one right here, coloring book Fantastical Journey into the Clouds. by Lottie Ford. Is it Forte or Ford? And then I saw she made this one too, and this is a volume 2. And I thought this one would be really fun to color as well. And it's full of all these little things that I'm into right now. This one's the world of trees, and this one's the world of clouds. Now you can get another color of the forest because mine's the volume 2. I think there's 3 volumes. But as you can see, it has tiny little things to color. And I'm kind of obsessed with that right now. So yeah, I thought I would give it a try. Very whimsical. There's lots of color palette test pages in here, I noticed. So, yeah. And then the next one, it's slightly thicker, and this one has duplicates. The green one, I don't know if the blue one has one duplicates. I didn't notice. And this one appealed to me because of the images. I thought they were really cute. Very fairy tale-like. Perfect going into spring. When it gets into spring season, I like to start to color little mushrooms and flowers and things going outdoors. I do like that in the fall as well. See, this one is duplicated, so that's why I think it's duplicates. I was also inspired to get these because I watched another channel. I don't remember what the lady's name was, because it's a very, very old video. She was showing how she colored with oil pastels in her adult coloring books, and I have lots of oil pastels, and I really enjoy them. She took a page like this that had all fine details, and what she did is she would put the oil pastel down, and then she would go in with an odorless mineral spirit and blend it out, and then put pencils on top. It looked very whimsical, so I want to try that. And the last one I'm going to show you coloring book wise is Chibi Girl's coloring book. This one I just got on a chance, and I just thought, hey, this might be fun. It's by Walty Wonder Publishing, and it is a hefty book. It's got some weight to it. These are very simple, your standard chibi in the center of the page, no background, no nothing. This is what I call a warm-up book. If I want to color but I don't know what I want to color, this is the kind of thing I reach for. I would grab this book, color one of these little simple chibis, probably just straight color it, nothing too elaborate, and then I would move on to a larger project, because then I have my creative juices flowing, and I've colored something I really love because I love chibi, and yeah, I think this will be a great warm-up book. And I think this has duplicates in it as well. That's probably why it's so hefty. Just a whole bunch of cute chibis. Alright. I'm going to move all of my books off my desk and everything and out of the way and get ready for all the supplies. Hope you enjoyed the little book section. I have everything sectioned off before I show it to you. So make sure you get a drink, because the supplies portion is going to start, and it is a long one, and I do swatch things out, so give you a heads up there. First off, I'm going to start with my pens section, and I picked up these pens. Right there. Okay. The Rit Tech Sign Brush Pens. Now, I have had these before. I got these because they're new colors. This is one that I've had before. This is a black. I use them all the time, guys. All the time. I love, love, love these pens. I use them in my journaling. They don't bleed through, and they have a tip that bends. That's why I like them. They're not like a full brush. They're a harder tip, but they bend. And so that's why I love them so much, because they, like, if you write in cursive, you can get the flow. It just has really good flow when you're doing loops and stuff when you're writing. And also, if you want to use these to color in little boxes or little images, they work perfectly and they don't bleed through. So, yeah, I'm in love with these pens. And when I saw they had a new bunch of colors, I decided to get them. I'm just kind of showing you the colors I already had in my arsenal. So I had like the darker colors. I had one light color, but it's different than the purple that I had before. I don't know. I think they called this the vintage set, if I'm correct, is the colors that I'm showing you right now. I'm going to get you get a piece of paper, and I am going to show you how they write on paper. Now, I'm going to just use, I pull one out of the package. I have this piece of paper my daughter put stickers on, so I'm just going to use that because it has perfectly white paper that could be used. Now, I use my little slice cutter to cut the tape on the package. If you guys are ever looking for something to cut things, that slice is good. So this is just a green one from the package. I draw a little smiley face. I'm just showing you how it writes. I'm writing my name in cursive so you guys can see how it looks when you use these to write. I really like them, as you probably already know because I've already raved about them a couple times here on this video. And with these new colors, that'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to set that aside and we'll grab the next pens. Next pens are Yummy Yummy 12-scented glitter gel pens. And these are by Uli. I think I got these because they were on a lightning deal. I don't know if it was back in December. I don't know if it was January. Like I said, I've had these sitting here for a while because I haven't hauled anything supplies-wise since before December. These are supposed to smell like the stickers that are on the caps. And I don't know if they really smell. I have a little bit of a cold, so I can't smell them, to be honest. Now, when I did get the red one to test in front of you to see if it's a true red, because a lot of times with glitter gel pens, the reds don't seem like true reds. They seem more pinky. This one is one of those that seems more like a salmony pink red, not a true red. So I was just scribbling that out to see. And then I also wanted to test the black because a lot of glitter black pens have little shifts in it, color shifts. Now this one does have a black color and the sparkle in it is kind of silvery. Not too powerful, but it is black. So that is good. And then I try this one because it's strawberry and I want to see if I can smell it. And I can't smell it, but it's more of a vibrant pink than that reddish color. I can't smell it, and it could be because I'm congested. But yeah, they're still fun. They lay down well. Lately, I've been enjoying coloring with my gel pens when they're good flow, especially when my hands hurt, because I don't have to put too much pressure on them. They just flow down nicely. Next set of pens that I got are these pens, which are by Indra Creative. I'm showing you the back. I'll flip it over here in a sec. There we go. And these are for professionals, and it's in a different language, but basically it's their set of drawing pens. It has several different sizes. It does have a brush, and there's one that says L. I think that means it has a long tip. I got this one because I got those anti-stress coloring books, and I thought I could use these for different line thicknesses when I'm drawing in the lines in those books. And since I know that you can see my reflection, do you see me in my glasses on the package? Like waving hi. I know that Indra Creative is a decent brand, so I thought I would give it a shot. And I'm going to put that away and pick up another one. I don't test these out because they're all black, and yeah. And I can't remember if they, I think they're very similar to the Micron pen. They're just less expensive. The next thing I'm going to show you, I'm going into the marker section of my supply haul, and I'm going to show you these. These are the Zeyar highlighters, 12-piece count, and it has like a cheetah on the front. I got these because of my highlighter challenge that was going from February to March. I was hoping to do this haul in March or in February. It didn't happen, so I haven't used these yet, but I do plan on doing the highlighter challenge in March. These are the bright ones on my left, and these ones are the pastel ones on my right. Just making sure I looked at it right. So I pulled out the pastel green so you guys can see it's a fairly short marker. I think I compare it to the size of, oh, I just measured it on my thing. I wasn't sure what I compared it to. So as you can see, it's a pastel shade, like a mint color of green. And then I'm going to take the green from the more brighter neon set, and you will see the difference. I put it right next to it, and then I thought, oh, I layered that. So I tried to, so you can see that one's like more punchy, and then the muted one. These should be lots of fun for my highlighter challenge. They went down on paper fine. They didn't bring up any of the paper. Sometimes when you have highlighters, they're crap, I'll be honest, and they will dig up the tooth of your paper. But these seem to lay down just fine. So those should be good. I am looking forward to doing the highlighter challenge. I really want to do a video doing the highlighter challenge on camera, but so many videos to do, so little time it feels like sometimes. So we'll see. If you need a link of anything, by the way, let me know and I can try to give you a link. This next one is the Me&L 24 rainbow color brush markers. I got them at Ross, which is like it's like a store, it's like a discounted store, kind of like Marshall's and TJ Maxx. And these are what these look like. They are very lightweight. They're not very heavy at all, which makes me think there's not much ink in them. Has kind of a smaller brush to it. And this surprised me when I put them down. They're very stiff. The brushes are not as bendy as I would like. So I'm not sure if it just feels that way because they're brand new. Because sometimes that happens when you have brand new markers. But I'll have to give them more of a play. Now, if you layer these too much, they will peel the paper. They are water-based, so it will do that. What you would need to do is create a layer down first, let it totally dry, and then try to go on top of it. But even then, sometimes markers will peel your paper. So I think these markers are for more like, it does have shadowing. That's what I'm showing you. I think they will bleed through your paper. They're not ideal. I think for a water-based marker, they were just for fun. I think they were like $4.99. I didn't pay very much. So I think I might just use them on a palette and put them on with a water brush. Next one I have here is this Restley dual tip marker pens in pastel colors. There's 50 of them. These ones kept coming up every time I got on Amazon, and I think it's because they know I was looking for a pastel, and this is kind of what they look like in the package here. And I will kind of swatch out one. So they don't look very special if you just look at the barrel. Nothing to write home about because they just say dual tip on them. But see how I'm layering them, or see how I drew them down, and it kind of gives some different shades because I overlap them in some spots. I think that's really pretty. I do want to swatch them to see if all of these colors are really considered pastel colors or if they are just regular markers. Either way, I do think they have a really good laydown and would be very appropriate for a double-sided book. That one had a little chip in it in the cap, but as long as it works, it's fine. It's not like it broke the cap so that it's going to leak air. I am just going to keep them in this until I can figure out a different situation. And I know you can buy alcohol markers from this brand, but the alcohol markers do yellow. So I thought we would try some water-based ones because you don't have to worry about the yellowing factor. Lately, I've been really into trying more water-based markers than alcohol markers because I'm always concerned about that yellowing. And I've learned some tricks of the trade, basically, to make water-based markers your friend. Speaking of alcohol markers, I picked up these Artify Art Markers Expert Series. I picked up the boho color set, which is 48 markers. Look how professional these look. I don't have any markers that look all professional like this. Will I get other sets? There is another one I think is Tropics, and I may get that one in the future, but I won't get the basic set of colors because I have plenty of basic set of colors markers in my arsenal. Right here I'm showing that has a wide tip on one end and then a narrower tip on the other, which I think is a very clever design. I personally think I'm comparing it to another marker. This is an Artex marker. See how it is even all the way through? It doesn't go narrow. I actually prefer the fact that it is thicker on one side and narrow on the other, because if you can't see, like at night, you know which side is your chisel and what is your narrow side. Or like if you're coloring on YouTube and you're just pulling markers, you don't have to keep switching back and forth because you know which side is which. Here I'm just showing you the color. It is a very pretty color, and since it's an alcohol marker, it does bleed through. All alcohol markers are going to bleed through for you. So, but I did choose this color range because it has different colors than just my normal sets of markers. Now I do have another set of markers I did not pull for this video because I already own them in my arsenal. It's the Cali Art regular set of 120 that has the chisel and fine. I already own them, but I only had a few left. Like literally a handful left, so I bought a new set when they went on sale. So I don't show those, but I do have them. Next, I'm going to show you, I kind of went on a crayon binge. Back in December, I just felt like coloring with crayons, and then I was inspired to get some different crayons, and then I saw the J.I. colorist Jody. She did some crayon videos, I think back in February, and that inspired me even more to have more crayons in my arsenal. Some of these I had already purchased before her videos, But like this one, for example, she shared these, and they weren't the best, but I had already purchased them, so I will make them work. They're plastic crayons. They're small and they erase. The Faber-Castell 24 erasable plastic crayons. I'm not going to open these ones because they are still sealed in the plastic. But if you want to know more about those ones, Jody shared those on her channel. Next one is the Amazon Basic Crayons, the 64-piece crayon set. And first off, I want to applaud Amazon Basics for this very clever design for their crayons. I will show you how it opens up here in just a second. You just pull out the tabs and lift it like this. And the crayons come in trays, just like your pencils would. See how clever that is? I do actually think that is a smart way to do it, because then you can keep this box longer and just put the trays in, and yeah. Now, I haven't colored with these yet, so I don't know what's going to happen. They just say Amazon Basics on them. And I'm just doing some lay down. They do feel very similar to a Crayola. Too many layers will create wax buildup, just like every other crayon in the world, it feels like. Which is not necessarily true, but these particular ones will get a wax buildup like the Crayola ones. Now, I know that there's some really cheap crayons out there that just feel waxy on one little layer. After I swatched that out a little bit, I decided that I wanted to try to blend this out to see if we can blend these crayons with some kind of solvent. First, I'm going to try one of my blender markers. This is just an old Spree blender marker. So it has alcohol in it. And I just do the end there so you can see how that blends out with just the blender marker. And then I think I swatch out a little bit more, and then I try odorless mineral spirits, because odorless mineral spirits sometimes acts differently than a blender marker. I'm just getting that stuff. See how that Q-tip magically appeared on screen? 1 second it was there, and then magically 1 second wasn't. So I swatch out a little bit more of this reddish color. I'm not like grinding it to the paper. And I'm going to try to use odorless mineral spirits with the Q-tip. Now, I do have blender stumps. I just didn't have any by my desk. So that is why we're just using the Q-tip. And I like to, when I blend it, I like to use a circular pattern. And I usually start in the middle and build it out. Kind of like when I do my mandalas. If it's just one color. If it's like a blend, I go from light to dark. So that is what it looks like when I blend it out with the odorless mineral spirits. It doesn't blend great, but it does okay. And I bought these crayons on Amazon for $13, and there's a lot of them. Well, when they got to my house and I opened the box, I was like, what the heck? They sent me 2 boxes. I didn't realize, because when I looked at them, it didn't show 2 boxes. I guess in the small text, it said that I was buying 2 boxes for $13. So I have an extra box. And what I'm thinking is maybe I will attach that extra box to a giveaway in the future. I have been thinking about 4,000 giveaway, 4,000 subscriber giveaway, or maybe 4,500 subscriber giveaway. and going through my supplies and things that I don't need anymore or haven't used, and sharing the love, so to speak. Next, I'm going to show you a crayon that I wanted to take a chance on. I had Google searched it, actually. It's the Bic Kids Crayons 24 pack. This cost me $2.49, so almost $3. And you can actually buy many sets. It's more money to buy it individually. This came up as the best adult coloring crayon, budget friendly wise, for adult coloring. That was a crayon. Of course, we know Neo colors are great, but this is very budget friendly. Now, it's very long, this crayon, and it does have a hollow bottom, which is kind of weird. It doesn't have a paper around it. I'm going to compare it to a jelly roll so you can see how long it is. And I think you can actually sharpen these in a pencil sharpener, like a manual one. I'm going to lay the color down. I am finding them very enjoyable to color with. It's not building up wax like the Amazon Basic one. If you can see, like if you just compare the two, the blue and the orangey red, you can see that it doesn't have any buildup and it's not flaking off. And here I'm I was pressing really hard to see if I can get flakes, and it wasn't really doing that. And I'm pressing really hard now to see if it would break. That line is because I had that sticker on the back of the paper. I'm using the odorless mineral spirits because I want to see if I can blend this out. And look at this blend, guys. Look how gorgeous that is. I'm very impressed. I will say I am very impressed with these. So if you want to relive your childhood days, so to speak, and color with some crayons, I would highly recommend these. Normally I don't highly recommend things, but yes, I really like these Bic Kids Crayons for $3, guys. I mean, that's a really good deal. And even if you're just coloring them without blending it out, they color very nice and they don't flake, and you can sharpen them just with a manual pencil sharpener. So yeah, there's those. Very happy. I'll have to tell Jody about those in case she didn't already know. Next one is Emmy and Elle's Twisty Crayons, the 36 pack. This was over at the Ross store with the markers. Hopefully they have better results than the markers. Again, they were very cheap. They were about $5 or less. I figure we'll give them a whirl, and if they're not that great, I can always just give them to my kids, because these are a good crayon to have on the go in like a coloring book sack when you're going to the doctor's office with your children. So you just twist these up, and the crayon itself in here is very long. That's what I'm trying to show with my fingers. That is a long crayon. And I'm just laying this down. It has a beautiful lay down, actually. I'm very surprised. And it feels great on my hand. Not giving me any pressure or hurting. And it's not like falling apart. It's not crumbling, which is very nice. Right now, I'm going to check and see if I can do some kind of blendability with this one. Now, it seems like they are lighter than... they lay down lighter than what they look like, which is fine. You just have to get used to it. This is a very, very pale pink. It's kind of neon-y color, but it's very pale. And I'm trying to layer it, and it doesn't want to. It may take some practice, or maybe only certain colors layer. I find that in crayons sometimes certain colors just reject other colors. So It's just one of those hit and miss things. Or you can just straight color, which is fine. I am picking another color, I think, because I want to see how the lay down goes on another color, because that light pink was slightly scratchy. The purpley pink felt great. This green one feels great. So I don't know if that other one was just a fluke, a bad one in the batch, who knows. But yes, I am not sure if these Emmy and L products you can get on Amazon, but you can probably Google search it and find them. So it's Emmy and L Twisty Crayons 36 pack. I love when they have the long barrels because they remind me of using like a pen or a colored pencil, but yet get the joy out of using a crayon. And you can't break them in half. I'm going to move my paper around, see if I can get another little area for swatching. Next crayons I picked up were these ones, the Faber-Castell 24 Brilliant Beeswax Crayons. I've never tried beeswax crayons before, so I thought I'd give them a try. It comes with this little wax paper in there. I think it just helps it so that colors don't blend into each other. They're really chunky, and they're the shape of a triangle. They say the brand name and the color name on the wrapper. And I'm just going to swatch this purple one out a little bit. And I do notice that it kind of builds up like the Amazon Basics. But when I blend it, watch the magic happen, guys. Look at that. It just breaks down like butter. I mean, it's lighter, yes. But you can't even see the lines after I broke it down with the odorless mineral spirits. Now, just so you know, the odorless mineral spirits that I use are from Hobby Lobby, and it's the Master's, I think it's Master's Choice or Master's Touch. Master's Touch. Odorless mineral spirits, which you can find in the oil painting supply section. You can get a big bottle for $7 in the United States. This next thing I'm going to show you, I thought I bought the crayons, but then when they showed up, it said oil pastels. I was like, okay. Then I went back to check, and I guess they are oil pastels what I ordered. It has 36 colors. I do like oil pastels, so I'm not going to send them back. I mean, it was my mistake. I thought it said crayons, but maybe it was a late night purchase. I try to tell you what the brand is. I can't read it from here because this is a voiceover, but if you need a link to these, let me know and I can give you one in the description, or not in the description box, but in the comment section. There's too many supplies on here to list everything on the description box. So right away I felt it, and it kind of reminds me of those pink erasers, that old school erasers that you used at school. That's what it feels like. And I just scribbled a little bit of that pink so you could see what the lay down felt like. Now with oil pastels, they're going to blend better than crayons because they're designed to do so because they're oil pastels. Here I'm showing you a blend with like an orange to yellow, so sunsetty colors. And I show you how you can blend with your finger right there. So they do blend out with your finger, or smudge technique. I do try the odorless mineral spirits. Just getting a little on the Q-tip. Maybe a little much, but if anything, it is taking away the color. Did you see how when I put that on, it just soaked right up into that Q-tip? I mean, if you're going for a lighter color, then that's fine. But if you don't want to take away that richness, I wouldn't suggest using this kind of solvent for these particular oil pastels. Some oil pastels love solvents. It just depends on which one you have. I am scribbling some more on a paper because I want to try some other things. That's what supply videos, color and supply videos, I think are for, to test things out on camera so you guys can clearly see what things can do. I decide I want to try to blend it with something else without a solvent or my finger. So I was going to get another Q-tip, but I didn't have one. So I'm going to use one of these little disposable eyeshadow thingies that I usually use for my soft pastels. And this is not a soft pastel. This is an oil pastel. Keep this in mind while I'm doing this. And just watch as I'm going. It is like creating a really soft, muted appearance, but yet still maintaining a lot richer color than the other one. I was actually very impressed how it just softly broke it down in there. And then I also wanted to try what would happen if I used a silicone blending brush. So, or blender tool. I guess it's not a brush. So this is a silicone blending tool. It looks like this. People use it for sculpting and oil pastels. And I'm trying to use it here, and what it's doing is it's just like lifting the color off the paper. See how it's just lifting off? It's not blending into the paper. It's actually pushing it away, which tells me this is not the kind of pastel for this kind of thing. So out of all my experiences, that one, the eye blender worked pretty well, and obviously the smudging with your finger worked really well. Or you could choose not to blend it in at all and just layer upon layer. That's the nice thing about oil pastels, is you can layer upon layer and you can blend them with the white oil pastel. Oh, mouthful. But I do want to do an oil pastel video for you guys. I had a request a long time ago when I showed you a bunch of oil pastels that I had, and people want to see me do more oil pastel information and work and stuff on my channel because it is a very interesting medium and a lot of people are trying to learn, and I really enjoy oil painting, and so I know a little bit about them. Yeah, we'll do that in the future. Next, I am going to show you stationery stuff. This first thing is a pen and bookmark my husband got for me while he was out at the game store picking up a Nintendo Switch for my daughter for her birthday. And he knows I love Harry Potter, so he picked this up. This is just a bookmark that says Harry Potter on it. And it's really thick. And then the wand is a pen. And he just thought it would be a fun thing for me to have. So, yeah. That way I will have a little wand that I can swish and flick. Yes. I am a big Harry Potter fan. Now I can put these things away. I'm slowly putting things away as I'm showing things to you, which is always good. That way I don't have an abundance of things just everywhere. I did pick up some more of these little tabs. It's nothing glamorous, but I do like these tabs because they stick better, and you can write on them with like your micron pens if you need to. So you can write on the edge buddy color, so you know that those pages were buddy color pages. Or you can write prompt, and you'll know that, oh, okay, I did that page for a prompt or whatnot. Because those little ones that are cute with the animals and stuff are fun, but they don't stay very well. They just fall out because they're not very sticky. I did go to the dollar store and I picked up a fun little thing, this little booklet. And it folds out and it has sticky notes in it and tabs. You can never go wrong with getting enough sticky notes and tabs. So I thought they were a fun little pastel range. So I got that at the dollar store. Moving on, I have some sticker books that I purchased from Amazon. And you guys know I love chibi and kawaii, so they're very kawaii chibi inspired. I do like that they're spiral bound in a book, so that helps me out. And they're sectioned off, like here's all the girls, the characters, and in their individual color palettes. So if you're looking for a certain color palette and stuff, here's like animals and food. You can find the section you're looking for. And in this one, same deal. It starts with the characters. There's one with all fairies. Yeah, and this one has all kitties. So if you're looking for something specific, it just makes it easier to look through than a bunch of just random stickers in a box. So I thought those were good. And then I picked up this box set of anime girl type stickers. These ones are a lot smaller, but that's okay. I like to use these for journaling and for different stuff. I did buy some sets like this a couple years ago. I'm almost out, so it's good to pick up some more. Now I will be set. I have one more right here. These ones are all space themed. I really liked that they have different color palettes here. So we've got red, blue, purple, and yellow. So if I'm going for a certain themed color in my journal, I can use these to my advantage, and all of them have to do with space. And I didn't have any outer space stickers that were kawaii based, so that is why I picked that one up. And I have one more thing, and it's this. It's just from the dollar store. It's full of sticky notes. Nothing too extravagant, but we can never go wrong with more sticky notes. Next, we're going to our final section, which is my pencils. And if you are still here, I give you kudos. You must really love supplies as much as I do. This first thing I'm going to show you is Brilliant's Creative Color, the Brilliant set, which is the metallic set of colored pencils. Now, these colored pencils by Creative Color, they are very, very big pencils. They're thick. I don't know off the top of my head how big the core is, but the core is a big core. It's bigger than your average pencil. It's bigger than a polychromos. You know, they're mega. You have to have a special sharpener to sharpen these, which I will show you the sharpener I got for these. That actually, like, if you look this up on Amazon, these certain pencils, it will give you a little link on the bottom that shows you what pencil sharpener you want to get, so you're not totally in trouble, you know. I don't have many metallic pencils, so I thought this would be a fun one to have because it's the mega. I pull another white piece of paper here. I'm going to pull this green one. You can just see how thick those cores are. And this is the sharpener right here. It's the brand name, and it's called Mega. And you can see how big the thing is, and you just stick it in there and sharpen away. And the little sharpener was about $6.99, so it wasn't like the cheapest sharpener in the world, but it wasn't super expensive either. They do lay down really well. I think that these pencils would be good to cover a lot of space. If you have a large section, I'm trying to see how metallic they really are, because supposedly they're metallic. There is a little bit of shine to it. I can kind of see a glistening, glittery glistening look, but they're not like using a glitter gel pen or a metallic gel pen. It's because they're different, because they're pencils. But there is a little shine. You can kind of see it when I reflect it in the light a little bit. I think that these will be a fun one. And I want to try them on some black paper as well. I just don't have any black paper by my desk. I did get, just waiting for the example, the big one, the regular pencils, the 36 set. I actually watched Liz at Home. She did a review on these big ones, and I thought that they would be an awesome pencil to add to my collection. And I'm not going to open these ones up all the way, but they're exactly the same core as the metallic ones, and they give a color name and number on them. And I think they have barcodes on them, so you can maybe buy them individually. Not sure, but I think you can buy them individually on Blick if you like a certain color. So, yeah. Now that I have these, I probably will keep them in the tin, because since they're so chunky, I don't think I'll put them in a case unless I get the Lyra Giants in the future, which are a very thick pencil as well, very thick core. I think they're like 6mm cores, maybe something like that. I did pick up the Indra Creative Professional Color Set of 72 colors, which are all pastels. These were on sale. Yeah, I decided since they were on sale, I was going to get them. I was surprised. I've seen them on channels, but I didn't realize it. They're square barrel, and the only other square barrel I have is the Brute Furniture squares. Now, these are smaller than the Brute Furniture squares. Like, the pencil feels smaller to me. Skinnier. I shouldn't say smaller. Skinnier. I'm sharpening it in my sharpener to make sure it worked. Yep, it worked well in my sharpener, so we're good. My electric sharpener. And then I'm going to swatch them out a little because I want to see if there's massive crumbling with these or if I like the lay down. I like to try to do that when I first get a pencil, because sometimes they're really crumbly, other times they're not. This has a beautiful lay down. They're not like creamy like Prismas, but I really do like them. They're very soft, beautiful colors. I mean, they're pastels. What can I say? If you're a pastel lover, yeah. So if you've been on the fence about these, I do think they're beautiful, and they lay down great. And yeah, so that is the Indra Creative Pastels. And next pencil set I have here is the Nione 72 watercolor pencils. Now they make regular color pencils as well, but the regular colored pencils are very similar to the Uni Mitsubishi pencils, which I already own, so I didn't want to get those. I wanted to try the watercolor brand. And I saw these on, who was it? Was it Corey from Color Me? What's her channel's name? I'm drawing a blank. Corey. She... Color Me Stress Free? Is that Corey's channel? Yeah. I have a hard time keeping everybody straight. I'm sorry. I'm swatching these out a little bit, and I'm going to test them with the water. They do say on the pencil that they're a watercolor pencil. So there's no mistake. If you put them all in a big bin with the other Niones, you would know that these were the watercolor ones. See how it rolled on my desk? I think it's because it's a round barrel. They do look very nice. I'm going to fill this up with water, and then I come right back to swatch it, or to see how we can activate it. So I'm using a circular method to try to activate this. I want to see if I can eliminate the lines, and what I'm finding is I'm getting a little frustrated because I see the lines. think, oh, well, okay, maybe I didn't put enough pigment down. Because sometimes it's a matter of not having enough pigment on paper. So this time I've made a more concentrated area. And so I'm trying this. And still not loving it, okay? And now I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can pick it up from the pencil itself. Because you can do this with ink tints. It's okay, but it's super light. And I am not happy with that. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is not what Corey showed on her channel. Hers looked great. And these were the exact same pencils. So I'm starting to think, okay, what? Yeah, this is weird. Maybe I need to try another color. Or maybe I need to do a blend. Try to blend two colors together. Bless me, guys. I knew a sneeze was coming. So I'm going to try to blend this light green and this darker green together. And then see if I can make it look more pleasing to me. So I'm trying to blend those two together. And it's not dissolving like I want it to. And I'm thinking, well, is it the paper? What is going on here? So I decide that I'm going to, like, I'm trying to compare different things here, and I'm not loving the fact that you still see the lines after you use your water brush. So I will choose another color other than green to try out as well. So I choose this purple. And this is why we have these videos, to test these things out. And now I'm just going to pull it away. See if I can get it to pull away. But see how you can still see the pencil markings underneath where I pulled away? I'm pointing it out. And almost like it didn't dissolve. And I don't want watercolor pencils that do that, because then what's the point of a watercolor pencil if you can see every single line? You know, it just feels frustrating to me. And I want to show you what I am looking for when you blend out and it dissolves, what it means to dissolve. So I'm pulling out a Neocolor 2 just to show you that my paper is okay paper, and it can, and it does dissolve. Like, you can get a water-based medium to fully dissolve. Granted, this isn't a pencil, but I'll show that you can fully dissolve this Neocolor. And it didn't take any effort. And me, I'm working with this purple one. I'm trying to see if I can keep working with it, making more strokes just to see if I can break it down. It's starting to break down now. So I don't know what the deal is, but these pencils, they don't break down as fast as a Neocolor. That's for darn sure. I will tell you that. But if you work with it and it's on a decent cardstock type of paper, you can eventually get it to break down. I just was hoping for more like faster breakdown results, but it does eventually break down, because I do the pinky color here, and you will see that it breaks down, because I just keep going until it breaks down all the way. And you need to have a certain amount of pigment laid down on the paper to achieve that breakdown. So watercolor pencils in general are a learning process. If you are unfamiliar with watercolor pencils, you do need to take your time and learn your medium. And then once you know how much to lay down and what to do and stuff like that, it will come out the way you want it to. So that's my thoughts on watercolor pencils and these particular set. I will be keeping these. I think I will be able to get them to work, especially in my watercolor paper books, and if I add enough water. Next one I have is this last one, which is the Color 240 piece set. They do have a 300 piece set, but I don't need the 300 because I don't need the metallics and I don't need the pastels because I already have the Color 50 piece pastel set. So I just got this one. It has like this mega swatch chart that I probably will never swatch out because I'm lazy in that way and I don't swatch out a ton unless I absolutely need to. But it has like a gazillion trays in here. I don't pull them all out. I just pulled the two, and most likely this will be a go-to pencil that just stays in this particular thing for a minute because, yeah, this would need a very big case. If I was to do a case, I know this probably is going to sound really out there to some people, I may just take all these pencils, take them out of these little slotted things, and pour them all in this big tin. And it'd just be a big tin of pencils. I know that sounds very unorganized. Probably is driving some people nuts. But then it could just be like, I have this tin of pencils sitting next to me on the couch that I can just grab and go. And sometimes I like to do that because I like the sound of pencils in a tin. I know, I'm weird. Oh, what can I say? Thank you guys so much for watching this great, humongous haul video. You guys have a fabulous day. Please like and subscribe if you like my channel. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.